So now what I have is I have this parabola of 5x squared plus 21x plus 18. So I can look for the x-intercepts. I see one x-intercept here is exactly -3, and the other one is -1.2. So I have x-intercepts of -3 and -1.2. This one is clearly going to be an x plus 3. This other one is going to be an x plus 1.2. Now the problem is I don't really like that decimal there, and I'm going to need to get rid of that decimal by multiplying this factor by something to get rid of the decimal. Now, here's how I know what I can use to get rid of the decimal. One thing I can do is I can look at the factors of this leading coefficient. Since this is 5, I can look at factors of 5 are 1 and 5. So I'm going to be able to get rid of that decimal by either multiplying by 1 or multiplying by 5. Now, clearly multiplying by 1 won't do a bit of good. If I multiply by 5, this second parenthesis will become a 5x, and then 1.2 times 5, you could reach for a calculator if you wanted to, but it would be a 6. And then I would have the x plus 3. And notice I got the exact same answer I did algebraically, although the parentheses are in opposite orders, by using Desmos. Let's go ahead and try another one of these. Okay, my next problem, I have a 4x squared minus 4x minus 63. I'm going to look for x-intercepts again. So there's one x-intercept at -3.5. There's the other one at 4.5. So that means x equals -3.5 and x equals 4.5. That means one factor should be x plus 3.5, and the other factor should be x minus 4.5. And here's the catch again. The things I multiply by have to be factors of 4. So the factors of 4 are 1, 2, and 4. Well, clearly multiplying by 1 doesn't change a thing, but then go to the next highest factor. So if I multiply by 2, I could say, will that get rid of a 3.5? Well, I could actually use Desmos to confirm that it would, that if I did 3.5 times 2, that would get rid of the decimal. So that lets me know 2 is big enough, and I would not need to multiply by 4 because multiplying by 2 is big enough to get rid of the decimal. My goal is basically to multiply by the smallest factor that will get rid of the decimal. So if I multiply this one by 2, you can see that's a 7. So that's a 2x plus 7 is what this becomes. And then on the next one, to get rid of a 4.5, I can go back and just make sure that 4.5 will work with a 2. If it leaves me with a decimal, I'll try the 4, a bigger number, but it gives me a 9. Hard to see behind there, but that is a 9. So I have a 2x minus 9. And when you multiply, be sure you multiply that entire factor, not just the decimal number, but the number in front as well. And that's how you can factor these, even if you get decimals using Desmos.